All right, today we're going to build something that could literally change your life, a clear roadmap for your money. We're going to break down personal finance into simple, doable steps so you can finally feel in control of your future. So let's get right into it. Let's just start with a couple of big questions. Do you really know where your money goes every month? And maybe more importantly, do you have a clear idea of where you're actually heading financially? For a lot of us, the honest answer is kind of fuzzy. And that uncertainty, that's exactly what we're going to clear up today. The tool we're going to use is personal finance. And I promise, it's not nearly as complicated as it sounds. At its heart, it's just about managing your money, all of it. It's about creating a plan that covers your daily needs and your big, exciting long-term dreams. And believe me, the sooner you start, the brighter your financial future is going to be. So, here's our game plan. First, we'll choose our destination. That's setting our goals. Then, we'll draw the map, which is your budget. After that, we'll build a safety net, fuel the engine with investing, and then, finally, we'll plan for the long road ahead. See? A clear, step-by-step journey. All right, section 1. Every journey needs a destination. When it comes to your money, that means knowing exactly what you're working towards. You can't just hope to stumble your way into financial success. It takes a clear, intentional strategy. And financial success looks totally different for everybody. Is it getting that perfect 800+ credit score, retiring before you hit 50? Maybe it's making sure your kids don't have student loans, or buying that second property, or just traveling the world. The first, and honestly most important step, is defining what success means to you. And here's a really crucial point. Your goals need to be grounded in reality. If your destination is on Mars, the journey's going to get pretty frustrating, right? You'll lose motivation fast if you can't actually see yourself making progress. So dream big, for sure, but make sure the steps to get there are actually achievable. Okay, so you've picked your destination. Awesome. Now what? Well, you need a map to get there. And in the world of personal finance, that map is your budget. It is the most fundamental tool you have for this entire journey. The core idea here is really simple. Budgeting isn't about restricting yourself. It's about gaining control. It's about empowerment. When you know where every single dollar is going, you can start telling your money where to go, instead of wondering where it went. So where do you even begin? Well, a really popular and honestly super effective framework is the 50-30-20 rule. The idea is you put 50% of your income toward your absolute needs, 30% goes to your wants, and this is the most important part, a solid 20% goes straight into savings. A lot of financial experts see that 20% savings rate as a really powerful goal to shoot for. And hey, the best part? You don't have to do this with a dusty old pen and paper. There are some fantastic apps out there. Think Mint, YNAB, Personal Capital, that are designed to make this whole process automatic and way, way simpler. It's never been easier to stay on track. Okay, we've got our map in hand. Now it's time to build in some safety features for the journey. This is all about creating a financial cushion for life's little surprises and figuring out how to handle debt the smart way. First up, the emergency fund. The mindset here is simple. Pay yourself first. Before you pay any other bills, set money aside in this fund. And this isn't for a new TV, it's for real emergencies, a sudden medical bill, a car repair. The goal is to save up 3 to 6 months of your living expenses. I know it can take a while to build, but having this fund is an absolute lifesaver. Now let's talk about debt, because not all debt is created equal. There's good debt, which helps you buy something that can grow in value, like a mortgage for a house. And then there's bad debt, which is usually high-interest debt for stuff that loses value, like using a credit card for the latest phone or new clothes. You got to be really careful with that second kind. And speaking of credit cards, here is the golden rule. Try to keep your credit utilization. That's just the total amount you owe across your cards below 30% of your total available credit. This is a huge factor in building a strong credit score and shows lenders you know how to handle your money. So we've got our destination, our map, and our safety net. Now it's time to fuel the engine. This is where we shift from just saving money to actually making our money work for us. And that, my friends, means investing. To put it simply, investing is buying assets, things like stocks or real estate, with the expectation that they'll grow over time, giving you more money than you started with. It's really one of the main engines for creating long-term wealth. Now, of course, investing always involves some risk. The basic relationship is pretty straightforward. As you can see, the higher the potential reward, the higher the risk.
Figuring out your own comfort level with risk is so key to picking the right investments. And for a lot of people, this is the point where getting some professional advice is a really smart move.
We're in the final stretch. This last section is all about looking far, far down the road to make sure that you, your family, and everything you've worked for are protected for the long haul.
Look, I get it. This isn't exactly the most fun stuff to think about, but this kind of long-term planning is absolutely crucial. A will makes sure your wishes are carried out. Trust can protect your assets for your loved ones, and taking a look at your insurance policies every so often ensures your coverage actually keeps up with your life. And let's remember, this whole thing is a marathon, not a sprint. The journey of managing your money is going to last for decades. So it is essential to enjoy some of the rewards along the way. That vacation or that nice dinner out, it's not just a splurge, it's a taste of the very financial freedom you're working so hard to build. Finally, please remember you don't have to do this all by yourself. Hiring a professional, like a certified public accountant or a financial planner, is not a sign of failure. It's a smart investment in your own future. You're letting an expert help you navigate the tricky parts so you can stay on course. And there you have it. We've walked through the entire roadmap from setting goals all the way to planning for the future. But now the journey is yours. So the real question is, for you, based on everything we just talked about, what is the very first step you will take today to start building your own financial freedom?